All right, folks. Thanks for checking out the video. I want to talk today about the super fight that happened tonight, July 29th, 2023, Las Vegas, Nevada, between Terence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. Now, this is a fight that boxing fans have been anticipating for several years now, and it should have happened several years ago, but we finally got it tonight. Most of us expected a very close fight, and one guy would end up edging out the other. And what we got was the complete opposite. From after the first round, which arguably you could give that round to Errol Spence, Terence Crawford put on an absolute boxing clinic, a master class. This fight wasn't even close. He dropped Errol Spence several times. He was imposing his will. He was dominant. He never looked uncomfortable. He never looked hurt. And he never showed any signs that this was even a tough fight for him. I mean, even the biggest Terence Crawford fans couldn't have predicted that the fight would have been this one-sided. This was not something I think hardly anybody thought was going to happen. I mean, Errol Spence, I don't know. I mean, Terence Crawford, very good. Was he that good? What was wrong with Errol Spence? He just never looked comfortable. He never looked like he was ever in a position to really do any damage to Terence Crawford. Now he had a long layoff. Um, who knows how much lingering damage is from the car accident, but in any case, he just didn't have it tonight. So I don't know where he goes from here. I mean, some people are saying, well, perhaps he was too weight drained and he's having too hard of a time making 147 and he needs to move up to 154 pounds. I don't know, but if Terence Crawford did this to him, what are even bigger guys going to do to him at 154 pounds? Well, we don't really know. Um, after the fight, Jimmy Lennon talked to both Terence Crawford and Errol Spence and asked them if they'd like to have a rematch. And Terence Crawford said, hey, why not? Look, there's a sold out stadium here. This is probably going to sell, decently on pay-per-view at least. Errol Spence was asked that, and he said he would want to do it again. Personally, I don't want to see a rematch, at least immediately. Maybe down the line, let's let these guys rest up, and let's even let Errol Spence possibly get another fight to see if he has anything left at this point. I mean, I would hope that he's not done at this point, but it would certainly give some confidence that he could do something different in a rematch if we see him against, at least another top 10 guy. And if he can get him out of there, then maybe there might be some hope for a rematch. But at this point, I don't see anything Errol Spence could do differently in a rematch to have a different outcome. And I don't think that this would be an easy sell to the public because the fight was just so one-sided. It was so dominant. I don't know who would want to see that again right away. It's already the end of July, so I don't think we're going to see either guy in the ring again this year, unfortunately. So for both guys, it'll probably be their only fight this year, especially for Spence because he took a beating. So I don't think we're going to see Errol Spence in the ring again anytime soon. Terence Crawford, maybe. I don't know who he would fight at this point. Does he want to stick around and defend the belts at 147 pounds? I mean, how long can he hold on to him before he has to at least start dropping belts because he can't fight all his mandatories? So I don't know. I mean, do they rematch at 154 pounds? That's a possibility. Although, again, I don't think there would be a big difference. Even giving Spence an exercise advantage over Crawford at 154 pounds. I don't think anything is really going to change fundamentally between the two of them to have a different outcome. So does Crawford fight Boots Ennis? I mean, does anybody think Boots Ennis could beat Terence Crawford? He's not going to beat this Terence Crawford. Does he want to even fight him at this point? Well, we don't really know. But in any case, I was just amazed at what I saw from Terence Crawford. I was rooting for Terence Crawford, but, I thought Errol Spence had at least a 50-50 chance that this was a 50-50 fight. It was going to be close. We were going to be on the edge of our seat, round after round, waiting to see if, one guy would pull away. But, like I said, from really the second round on, the first round, Terence Crawford didn't really do that much. So you almost had to give the round to Spence just based on activity. But from that point on, Crawford just stepped on the gas and never let up. I really think they could have stopped the fight even sooner than what it ended up getting stopped at. And, props to Errol Spence. He never quit. I don't think he would have quit. I think he would have gone out on a shield, and, so props to him for, finally making the fight. Maybe they knew that this outcome was likely, and that's why they waited as long as they could before fighting Terence Crawford. I think Crawford wanted this fight all along. So, again, props to both guys and props to Terence Crawford. This is an all-time performance. This is one that we're going to remember, a long time from now. This was just, especially for a fight of this magnitude, a super fight, to have it be so one-sided is just amazing. So shout out to Bud Crawford, and let me know what you all think. Did you watch the fight? Have you seen the highlights? What was your expectation going into this, and what did you think of how Terence Crawford looked in there? Does anybody have a chance of beating Terence Crawford at 147 or 154 pounds at this point? So let me know what you all think. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.